Hey everybody, welcome to Discard and Draw. I'm Jared, and today I'm going to be your Dungeon Master. That's right, we're going to be running a 4th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign with my brother Bran and 2 of our friends. Here at Discard and Draw, we have a love for board games, but also for pen and paper RPGs. So, let me be the first to welcome you to my very first DM'd campaign that I have called Echoes, Divided Lineage.
Years ago, in the land of ice and snow, there was a kingdom known as the Azure Empire. The empire's ruler, King Rufus, was revered across his lands, for he was both good and just. King Rufus possessed a powerful item, known as the Crystal of Essence, which he kept safely guarded within the confines of his castle, because he knew that if it fell into the wrong hands, a great evil would be unleashed upon the world. One day, a mysterious masked man infiltrated the king's keep and took the crystal. But before the masked man could escape, he was confronted by King Rufus. The two launched into a fierce battle. Steel clashed against steel, flesh was battered and bruised as the fight brought them along the wall above the courtyard of the castle. Desperate to stop the man from taking the crystal, King Rufus launched himself forward, dropping his weapon to wrench the crystal from the stranger's grasp. With the last of his strength, he was able to pry the crystal free, but his victory was not without sacrifice. The masked man stabbed the king in his side. Gasping, King Rufus fell to the parapet, clutching the crystal as he lay perilously close to falling from the wall. With no chance of escape or rescue, only one choice remained: to keep the crystal's powers safe.
"The crystal will never be yours,"
King Rufus said.
"Not while I yet breathe."
He clenched the crystal tight in his fist, drawing on its power and feeling its magic flow through him. A glow of white energy suddenly burst from the crystal. "No!" the masked man shouted before he, too, was consumed by the blinding light. When the brightness faded, Rufus was alone. Shaking with exhaustion, he opened his fist. In the palm of his hand were the remains of the Crystal of Essence. 7 fragments total. The stranger was nowhere to be seen. In the days that followed, slowly recovering from his grave wound, he gave 1 fragment to each of his 7 most trusted knights. The knights departed and were never heard from again. It is now the 12th year of the second era of the Azure Empire. Peace and prosperity once again reign since that fateful day, though now King Morpheus, son of Rufus, rules the realm. Like his father, he is revered by his people, for he too is good and just. All is well, or so it would seem.
Now, let's meet the players.
What's up, everybody? I'm Johnny from Corner Munchers. I am playing a human paladin by the name of Carl of the Lukewarm. I am trying to fight and bring honor to my father's name and my kingdom's name by being the most milquetoast paladin you could possibly be.
I'm RJ, and you can see me here, Discard and Draw. I am also a ring announcer. My character's name is Venificus, and he is a half-elf bard. And he went away to Bardic College to learn how to play lute, as well as a various array of musical instruments. He was the son of an accomplished sorceress, but he never had a chance to know who his father was, just like his other half-brothers. And one day when he was out and traveling the world, he received a message that his mother was not doing very well. She had contracted a magical disease, and thankfully she held on because she wanted to see her son one last time. She held on until he arrived, and with her last breath, gave him a key to a chest which contained a lute that was his father's. The magical lute's name was Lakaoma, which stands for, in Elvish, piercing voice. And the lute itself had some type of magical properties, but there's some that he just couldn't unlock yet. He was absolutely furious with the fact that his father, he never knew, wouldn't even come to his mother's bedside when she was passing. And this is one of the biggest driving forces for Venificus to basically go out into the world and prove that he can be a better person than his father ever was.
Hi, I'm Brandon. You may know me as Tank from Discard and Draw, and today I'm going to be playing Ataru. He's a sword mage warlock hybrid, and his story is that he was left on the steps of a monastery when he was just a baby by his mother. The monks found him, but they don't know who his mother was. His father was known because a note was left by his mother indicating who his father was. And the monks basically took him in and raised him as one of their own. He learned the sword and magic abilities that the monks taught to members of their order. He was basically raised as one of them. And at one point, when he was a teenager, he basically walked in on a ritual that was being performed by one of the members of this order, and it was basically he was trying to obtain more power by performing this ritual and trying to form a new bond with a different being. And the short end of the story is that basically in the middle of this, a mark was placed on his chest, which was intended for the person performing the ritual, but he kind of interrupted it. And in anger, the person who was performing this ritual attacked him, but the mark kind of flared up and caused fire to erupt around him, which burned the individual and scared him off and knocked out Ataru. And when he came to, he was alone, and all of the members of his order were dead. And so he's on a quest to not only find his father, but also find the killer and bring him to justice.
Welcome, gentlemen, to Echo's Divided Lineage. It is the 12th year of the second era of the Azure Empire. You three half-brothers have become known throughout the regions as a band of trustworthy mercenaries who usually, and sometimes unconventionally, get the job done. The tales of your accomplishments have made their way to the land of ice and snow. The Ice King, Morpheus, has granted you an audience. It seems he will request your services to complete an urgent task for him. In his letter, the Ice King instructed you to head to the Cracked Tankard, a tavern in the city of Rimehold, and to speak with Dozen Stormcloak, the owner and barkeep of the tavern. Through Dozen's contacts, the King's Guard will be notified, and a palace guard will arrive when necessary to escort you to the palace. As you enter the tavern and sit at the bar, Dozen speaks before you can even get a word out. Welcome to the Cracked Tankard, fellas. What can I get you? Have you ever heard of the tale of why I named this here tavern the Cracked Tankard? Well, let me tell you, it was many years ago when I used to do some adventuring of my own. During one campaign, I was with 4 other companions, and we were up against an army of the undead. So there I was, with my axe in one hand and my favorite tankard in the other. Our group may have been outnumbered, but we were winning nonetheless. As I sliced through the crowd, cutting down foe after foe, I was startled by the great roar of a dragon. When I stopped to look around for the crafty beast, an archer took advantage and shot an arrow right at me. As I was twisting and turning around looking for the dragon, the arrow flew right into my favorite tankard, cracking it forever. I went into a terrible rage and slaughtered the remaining enemies and eventually found the dragon and cut off his head.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Afterwards, I came to the realization that adventuring was not for me. That is when I opened up this here tavern. I even kept the dragon's head! And he points to behind the bar there is a dragon's head.
All right.
Okay.
And you see that little dangly thing hanging below attached to its head? That there's the gland the dragon uses for its breath. Say, you boys wouldn't be up for a little game, would you? It's been a little while until the king's men get here anyways. Here's how it works. I pour some ale into that dragon's mouth, and it comes out the bottom of the gland into a mug. And whoever can drink a mug of that dragon's ale wins the pot. And he pulls out this huge glass jar filled with gold coins. It's been a while since somebody's won. What do you say?
None of this sounds healthy at all.
What kind of brew are you pouring through it?
Oh, just standard ale. But it's the gland that gets you.
I shall try.
Alright. 1 gold piece to try, and if you can do it, you win the pot.
I'm gonna try it.
It's
but
gonna
I'm
be
gonna make
endurance.
him go first.
I'll go. I'll do it. I'll take your challenge.
Alright. Put a gold coin in there, and I fouled something up.
I drop one in the jar, in the glass jar.
Alright. He goes over and pours it into the dragon and comes out. Hand puts it in front of you.
What does it look like?
As far as you can tell, it just looks like standard
Ale?
Standard ale.
Okay.
Now, maybe a little bit fizzier than normal.
Does it smell any different at all? Did I give it a sniff?
You don't notice any. It smells colder than normal. It smells nice and frosty, like a frosty root beer.
I chug it.
All right, roll a Constitution check.
Constitution or endurance?
Constitution.
Dang. Actually, no, that's good. Okay. That's not a good roll. Plus modifier, I got a 10.
Okay, so you start drinking, you're gulping it, and you get about halfway, and all of a sudden you just go, and you can't keep it down.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to try?
It's my town.
All right. Gives you a mug.
The lighting in this bar, is it torches?
Well, it's daytime,
Okay.
and there's plenty of windows.
There are plenty of windows.
And there are, of course, torches lit and whatnot.
It's daytime and we're chugging alcohol. We are alcoholics.
I mean, he challenged us. I mean, really, he's the one pushing it on
And
us,
if you can't keep it down, you're not really drinking it.
That's a good call.
Good point.
You say con check.
Yep.
20?
Well then! Holy crap!
No bonuses, that's literally just, I was
It's
just
a straight
dying.
20. Nat 20! John's starting this off like a boss.
Don't worry everybody, the rest of this game, it's all downhill from here.
I slowly take my gold piece
So you start drinking it, and you just pound the crap out of it and slam the thing down.
After slamming it down, it's something like this.
Well, I'm not gonna beat that, but I'm dumb enough right now to try it.
I mean, at this point, it's just a formality. Right?
19.
Well then,
do you have
apparently I
bonus?
just can't hold my alcohol.
18. 4.
So, yeah, 23.
Okay. You do. Apparently, you guys at the same time. We'll say you do at the same time.
That's cool.
Chug the whole thing and slam it down. Whoa! That never seen one guy do it, let alone two. Pot's yours, boys.
How much are we looking at?
There's 100 gold pieces in there.
Okay.
Plus the one you put in. The ones you put in.
Alright.
103.
So and then plus brand, so 101 total.
They didn't do
Yeah.
a lot of drinking where I'm from, so
Sure.
Yeah, this is the last time this dice will ever say this on it.
I mean,
Good job wasting that roll on something that doesn't matter that much.
That's the way it works!
That's very
I am
true.
glad you guys are getting the D20s out now. Get all the high rolls out now. Get all the.
I wasn't.
Well, not you. You're
I
good
got
for
a
later.
6 on mine.
That's all right. You're good for later. So you guys do that, and is there anything else that you guys would like to do while you're in the bar?
I'm gonna order a regular ale and sulk.
Okay.
I am going to whip out my loot.
You know what? Jozen gives you a free drink just because you're a good sport.
Aww.
This one's on the house there, fella. Don't feel too bad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's not. This is not a common thing for two people to win. That's just ridiculous.
Take out my loot and start playing.
Wonderful.
Crack out those songs. How much longer is it going to be for these hands?
Shouldn't be too much longer now. You guys are passing the time pretty well. Your buddy there, pretty good on that loop.
Yeah.
Haven't had this good music in here in quite some time. I think I just kind of turned southern there for a second.
It's okay.
General Flash.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't pay all that money for Bard College for nothing.
That's right.
who else is in the bar right now?
There's a few people. There is a little halfling bar hand that's handing out drinks. He's a little waiter walking around and dodging tall people and walking around. There's people from the land. There's a range of people, from people that look not as well off and people that look more well off. But everyone seems to be commingling and drinking, doing their daytime drinking because they're taking a break or whatever they're doing.
So in other words, you're trying to say it's an alcoholic cultural melting pot?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So-
that is exactly what it is.
Where the actual bar is that the front door?
The two double doors.
The two
are
double doors
the-
are kind of
are
the
the
front,
front door.
and that's the porch area type of thing.
Yeah.
There is a second floor,
Yeah, that's
because this is also an inn.
yeah,
I'm assuming.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I go up and say hi to the halfling. That almost rhymed.
Are you going to pinch his cheeks?
No, I'm not, because that is offensive to his people.
Oh. It's true.
Hello, how are you?
Good. What's your name, good sir?
Philbin's my name.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. What can I get you?
I've got my ale here. I tried the challenge and didn't go so well. So.
Oh, that's okay. Nobody passes that thing.
Well, my two friends did.
What?
Yep.
That's amazing.
At the same time.
What?
Mm-hmm.
That is unheard of around these parts.
I realize that. I'm just a little depressed that I couldn't do it too. So.
Oh, that's okay. Nobody ever drinks that whole thing.
Yeah, but they did.
Well, your friends must be pretty special.
They're something. I mean, we're actually all half brothers. So,
Oh, well, that's interesting.
yeah, we're looking for our. You haven't seen our dad, have you?
I don't even know who you are.
You haven't heard of us?
No.
I am Ataru, and my companions are Carl of the Lukewarm and Venificus.
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 Thanks.
Dang it! I thought I had it. Venificus.
Wow. That's awesome.
We
Whoa,
have been searching for our father for quite some time now. You may have heard of him. He is Brondo the Unbreakable.
Alright. Well, I haven't really heard of him, but I hope you get him. Hope you find him. That sounds like a big task.
It is. We don't really know where he is, and you may not even know that we exist. To be honest with you,
Oh. That sounds like you got your work cut out for you.
but we do, my friend.
And then you hear Dozen call for him, and he
Or he screws up.
Screws
Yeah.
off.
scuttles away because he's taking up too much time.
Yep.
So after that, a palace guard enters. And comes and retrieves all y'all.
Yeah, sweet.
He said, "Gentlemen, let's go. King's away."
Yes, indeed.
Right.
You follow him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So you enter the castle. It's a nice castle, obviously. And you are brought to a large room. And in comes King Morpheus. And he says, "Gentlemen, welcome to my humble abode. I am honored to finally meet the sons of the great Brondo the Unbreakable. Once I heard you three were in the area, I knew I had to meet you. I knew your father. He was a great man. And I knew he'd be proud of you three reprobates. Now let's get down to brass tacks, boys. I've summoned you here today because I have an important task for you. There's a cave in the foothills of the Green Drake Mountains. The cave was abandoned for some time until recently, when a group of kobolds decided to take up residence there.
They're the worst.
That they are. Not only that, they did so after attacking one of my caravans and they took something precious that was being transported from another kingdom. The item they stole was a crystal. It's small in size, no larger than a gem. It's been part of my family for generations and is precious to me. If you could, boys, please go to the foothills of the Green Drake Mountains and retrieve this for me.
Stealing is against the law. I uphold the law. We shall help you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It'll take a couple days to get there, but the roads here in this kingdom are safe. And you can travel on them without any worries of anything.
How do you know they're safe?
They're safe, son, because I make them safe. Just like my father before me.
I like his confidence.
Yeah.
We have not had problems on these roads for many a year, and I plan to keep it that way. That's why this outrageous act on my caravan has set me off a little bit, and I want to put a stop to this as soon as possible.
Insight check to make sure he's genuine.
Sure.
Yeah, 7.
Plus.
Can I do an insight
Total.
check?
Oh,
You can all make
Wow.
you can all make a check. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You can all make whatever check you want. Yeah.
I'll do it just for kicks.
Yes.
I don't care. I believe him, but my insight sucks. So.
Oh, my roll was
I
terrible.
rolled a 20.
Well, there you go.
Plus 1, 21.
You know the king.
Get my 20 out of the way early.
You know the king is serious, and he genuinely wants to keep the roads clean and get rid of this problem, and he's very sincere in his request to everybody.
All right.
Yep.
I'm glad I used that 20.
I'm glad we used it up for everything but combat.
I know. We're going to have a great time in combat.
Yep. Give them out now.
All right. So, yeah, we're all for doing this. Yes.
Well, you can head there right away, or do what you need to do in town, but
Have we talked about a reward?
well, you will be rewarded, and you get to keep anything you find.
Besides the gem, of course.
Well, besides the gem, of course. That's rightfully mine.
What do
So-
you mean by a reward, though?
Well, you will be rewarded.
With what?
Is there anything specific you guys want?
Do you have any information about where our father might be?
Mm-hmm.
Might be able to come up with something.
That would be most helpful.
Yeah. Might be able to come up with something. I will use my network to gather some information.
How about that and a couple hundred gold?
Well, let's just see if you can.
Boy, that
complete
sounds
this.
like a diplomacy check
I
if
know,
I ever
I
heard
was
one.
gonna
Yeah,
say, that's-
you might have to make some.
That's, I mean, I don't really want to make RJ do diplomacy checks because I know what his plus is, but
22.
jeez.
And I'm
Yeah.
using. I
Holy
have
crap.
what is that?
Freaking bards, man. Freaking bards.
I have a +1 on top of that. I just can't remember where it is.
I'm pretty sure 22 is enough
Yeah.
to get you whatever
23.
you want at this point.
Why, yes, you can take my crown.
Oh, that's it. And I'm using the words of friendship encounter that I have that gives me a +5 bonus. to
So you just
diplomacy.
got a 27 on your diplomacy.
27 diplomacy check.
Um,
I'm very charismatic.
I guess so.
King looks at you. I like your charisma, son. Just like your father. A couple hundred gold is a lot, but we'll have to talk about it. We'll see what happens when
Okay.
if and when you make it back.
Okay. Thank you. Wish us luck.
Good luck.
I suggest that we embark.
So do you guys want to head straight there? Do you guys need to go anywhere, shop or anything?
No,
you guys all good?
We've got all our adventuring gear for right now. So
I mean, for all the starting gears and stuff.
Okay.
you're probably watching.
So you guys go, leave town, leave the city, go out. Actually takes you a couple days to get there, but like I said, you're on the roads. You know, nothing happens. The roads are safe.
We have our trail rations
You have your stuff.
and sleeping bags.
You guys said you were good to go. So it took you a couple days to get there, but nothing serious. So now it's about, probably about in the morning-ish at this point.
Okay.
Because you guys probably knew you were coming up to it and stopped before,
Did he give us like a map or a general idea of like?
He told you what direction to go and how to get there.
You said we knew we were getting close. Was there like landmarks or something that he pointed out? That
Well,
we
it's
saw?
in the side of a huge mountain.
So you're saying the mountain is the landmark?
So I'm saying if you guys can't see the mountain, then we got other things to talk
I
about.
don't know. My passive perception's 11, so I might not have seen.
Okay,
the mountain.
at least Maleficent over there saw the mountain and told the rest of you, hey, that big object is getting a little bit closer to us now, guys.
We have to give Ataru's character a C9 dog.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, both me and John
Apparently
have
both
a passive
y'all.
perception of 11, so
Yeah.
I see the inside of my helm.
that's pretty much it.
So apparently I'm wearing...
Time to do some battle.
Yes.
Okay, so as you come up and around the last hill on the lone dirt path that splits the forest,
I see it.
you see two kobolds guarding an entrance to a cave that leads into the mountain.
Do they see us? I mean, are we legit just like walking up the road at them and they're just gonna see us? Is that gonna? I mean, I guess.
I don't know.
Is anyone good at stealth?
Are you?
I was asking the party. I wasn't asking you.
You're asking me wearing
I know
full
you're
plate
not.
armor.
I know you're not. RJ.
I'm wearing chainmail, so it would normally be 2, but it's 1.
Well, I guess we're just gonna charge
What's your
right
stealth?
in, boys.
What's your stealth?
0.
Yes!
Better stealth than you.
Because my stealth is 0.
So you guys come up over,
My
and
dex is 0.
there's like a little bit of a hill, so like they can't see that far because there's a little bit of a tiny hill that kind of comes up and over and down into it.
How many feet?
You
away
can
are they?
see.
Is that are the squares in squares? Is it actual like D&D?
Yeah, they're
squares?
probably
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
they're probably a little
They're-
bit.
they're-
They're a little bit farther than that.
They're huh?
It's probably double that
I can...
because that's only like 50 feet,
A square is
5 feet.
5 feet. Yeah.
So that's what. So
That's like 40 feet, right?
That's
yeah.
like 40
So you're probably like 100 feet away.
Okay.
So and you've noticed, at least RJ's noticed, that they're talking to each other.
In Kobold.
Yes. So they're sitting there, they're talking to each other, so they're not really looking down the room.
RJ, can you lure them here with your music?
I can sure give it the old Bard College try.
So you start playing your lute, and they turn and notice the three of you walking down the road. And
It worked!
everyone needs to roll initiative.
Alright!
Next time on Echoes, Divided Lineage.
Drawing my sword, running at full speed, or as full speed as I can, in a giant thing of plate mail.
Yep.
I scream, I shall smite thee!
he started trying to circle John, and I was like, get back there.
I said at the beginning of this video, it's all downhill from here.
Keep rolling as well as you're doing right now for the rest of this.
Trust me, I wish I was faking this.